From July of 1908 to September of 1913, D.W. Griffith directed about 450 films. That's 45 films every 6 months. I have him beat by 7 films. Griffith is responsible for much of the language of filmmaking we use today. Close-up, long shot, fade in, fade out, cross-cut, juxtaposition. But what have I added with these mini concept docs? I guess that wasn't my goal. My goal was to ask questions of you and of me. And in this final episode, my question is, why am I who I am? Is that not the question? It's the same as who or what is God? Is there a God? What is the meaning of life? We cannot rationalize these questions without considering our own place in them. Why am I who I am? Why do I do what I do? Am I like my father? Can I be if I haven't lived with him since I was 5? Could I ever really know him in those brief moments we shared over the years? He only lives a few miles from my house. Does not visiting him make me like him? Or is it my instinct to forget? Or maybe my desire to please? Can I ever say no? Is it another way to hide? Or is it my fears that make me most like him? Is it none of these? Is it my mother? Or is it I just want to be like her? Strong. I wonder what she thinks.
That's a hard question, son, because I'm still trying to figure out who I am. So, let me think. Maybe you'll really strive to be perfect because where you came from a little child, you used to make these Legos. Remember, you would just wake up in the morning, get your Legos in the bed, and you would make all kinds of things, all kind of creative things. You would draw, you would be so creative when you were young. And you just went from there.
Is it my brothers?
The town we grew up in, which was a small town, which I think has a big influence on probably all 3 of us in the way we look at everything, really. Everything as in, like, the decisions we make. Like, you know, I think, at least with me, and I assume with you, as an outsider looking in, that you also make decisions, like, as a person who grew up with a small, you know, we had a relatively small family. I mean, we have relatives, but it's kind of relatively small. And the town we grew up in was small. So I think that has a part. I think we internalize a lot of things and hold a lot of things in our lives. I think that's like something that we all share in common.
It's genes as well. So it's interesting. We get a certain, you know, aspect of each of our parents in our family. So you have a little bit of mom in you and a little bit of your father. And when you're dealing with growing up in these situations, it also has to do with your resiliency, I think. And I think we tend to be a little more resilient than most people, considering everything.
My family?
I'd love to give the answer, your family, your children, but I think probably you have defined yourself through your work. I notice that is what you put most of your energy into, and that is what you thrive on, is to create. So I think you have defined yourself by who you've become and what you do, and more specifically how you do it.
Am I losing myself? Have I lost focus? What really matters? Is the answer in my daughters? Can I find myself in them? I guess not. I suppose they have their own questions. Can I find it in my work? All I've learned, made, wrote, captured. Why am I who I am? Is it in every second I have ever lived? I don't know. Why am I who I am? I don't know. What do I want to be? A mender of nets.
Why do I always got to be right? Just to start a fight. Why do I always tell the same old story? You've heard a dozen times, maybe it's from before I was born, or maybe when I was young. Maybe it's just the way that I'm supposed to be. Why do I even wonder? Why do I even feel? Why do I even care at all? Why do I even wonder? Why do I always leave? Why do I